Welcome back to another exciting edition of Fright Night. No, this isn't Fright Night. This is the official MAP Game Tech podcast. And to my left, who's looking at his phone.
I had my finger in my eye.
Yeah.
I'm first. I'm first.
You're first this time. Yeah.
What's up, folks? This is J Infinity, aka Mr. Oh no!
Yeah, that's cutting out.
And to my right.
You don't know how much that plays with my anxiety every week.
Yeah, that's the purpose.
But it's the Charm City champ.
It is the 3C man himself.
It's your boy.
Yes, we are back to bring you more gaming info. And as always, redactions. If you're new to this, we always have to fix what we messed up last
Charm City
week.
champ and King Godimus's mistakes.
Speaking of which, I guess. So it's not really a redaction. I made a heavy claim that House of the Dead started and popularized the light gun genre.
Right.
Obviously, the first light gun game was Duck Hunt. Yeah,
True.
we
Right.
know that. I'm not crazy. But so I tried to look up stats of popularity of light gun games, and House of the Dead was always up there.
But time crisis?
T2 was always higher, but it was never number one. So the couple of lists I pulled up, the number one was Jurassic Park.
Really? With the
Yeah.
I remember it. I never played it.
Yeah.
I think I might.
Oh wait. Yeah, you sat down.
Yeah.
Okay.
One was Typing of the Dead.
Is that considered? I mean,
It's right because it's not a light. You're not holding a light gun.
you're
right?
using
It's just an on the rails shooter that you're not using a gun.
You're
But I
using
don't-
a keyboard.
Typing of the
Yeah.
dead.
it's
Typing
literally
of
a
Typing of the Dead, it's basically a port of the House of the Dead that came out before House of the Dead Overkill, but they added a typing mechanic. It was to
Right.
teach you how to type.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What about Big Buck Hunter?
I did. Actually, those hunting games
I like that
were
movie.
popping up on the list. So yeah,
Okay.
not really a redaction, but I just felt like I should touch
You're
on it.
right. Clean that up.
Yeah. Besides that,
Very
no, we're good.
Okay. All right.
But this week, to touch on what we're talking about this week, and we're going to touch on it a little bit in the news before we get into the main topic. How important is privacy to gamers? But we'll get your opinions on it in a little bit.
Okay. Let that simmer in the back of the brain.
Yeah.
All right.
What are all of us playing?
Well, for me, I'm still dibble-dabbling in Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
I am still dibble-dabbling in Shadowlands pre-patch. And what else have I played? Borderlands 3. And what was I about to download? I re-put Steam on my machine to get something, but I forgot what it was.
Not Among Us?
I already have Among Us.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I'm planning on now.
Okay.
Paid that, that $5. I don't know. I was
boy.
like, oh, man. That's about it.
Can we walk it back to Borderlands 3?
Okay.
So I am excited to get back into Borderlands 3 mainly because it's one of the games that is getting the next gen upgrade.
Yes.
So what exactly are you running through the campaign again? Are you doing some DLC?
Just running through the campaign and online. I'm going to get each character up to, so I think I have, I forget names, but the guy with the little dog, I'm with him
Yeah,
now.
that's my man.
Yeah, my main's man. So I'm running through with him. Borderlands is Borderlands, just mindless fun, just getting guns and just shooting stuff.
Yeah. 'Cause what I would like to do when next gen consoles come out, I want to do a stream showing off that 4-player split screen.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna wait till next gen to get all the DLC, or by that time there should be a
It'll probably get re-released.
game of the year.
Yeah.
They usually come up with a game of the year edition, so I didn't get any of the DLC as of yet. So, but it's still a good game, just the base of it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Have you played
Any
Any Borderlands? That's
I
about
haven't
it.
played any Borderlands.
Really?
It would totally be up your alley.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know it would.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I've
One
never played them.
was good, but two
I think- During, when the first and second one came out, I wasn't. That was during a period of time where I wasn't playing video games at all. So
Okay.
that's why I missed out on that.
three
I
would
never-
be. You could get into three. Three is cool.
Yeah, you don't need it's
Yeah.
not no there's no fucking lore.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Not
it
like- yeah,
is,
but-
Hey now.
but it is, but you don't need it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, just those three. What about you?
So played Among Us with Carl and his friends last week.
Okay. How'd that go?
Hilarious 2 hours.
Okay.
No one knew who I was, so I was just messing around.
Good job on the trolling.
Yeah, it was good trolling because I actually won a round when I was the imposter.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I trolled so well.
Good.
But it was a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah, playing that. Got back into Stellaris again. If you're not familiar with that, it's a space simulator.
Okay.
Kind of having right now. I got back to one of my old saves. I'm kind of having a Benny Hill moment with some alien ships. So they're in my territory, destroying my space stations. So what I'm doing is once they destroy a space station, they fly off to the next. So I just come behind them, rebuild it, and then fly to the nearest one, and then wait for them to come back around, and then and I've been doing that for like 6 hours.
That's cool.
Because I'm not strong enough to fight them. So
Okay.
That's normally my strategy with every RTS.
and then tonight, yesterday the Call of Duty Halloween event dropped, so I'm going to be playing that tonight.
Cool,
I
cool.
caught some glimpses of it today, and it sounds cool. But
Okay.
we'll talk about that later.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get to that in the news, I guess. So me, the COD Blops Cold War. It's easier for me to
What?
pronounce it that way.
The who?
The
cop
last,
block. Why would
the
they
last-
do that?
The last weekend of the open beta for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War came out.
Okay.
Right? So I went back into that, and they introduced a new mode, Fire Team Dirty Bomb.
Mhm.
And it's cool, a little complicated, but it's cool. So it's two map variations, and the maps are maybe a quarter of the size of the Warzone map.
Okay.
And I don't know what the max player count is for it, but the biggest game I got into was 4 teams of 10 players.
Mhm.
And what you do is you go around, you check loot crates like in Warzone, but in these loot crates are uranium, and there are several territories that have dirty bombs in them. And the purpose is to get enough uranium to arm one of the dirty bombs and then guard it while it's arming and get it to explode. So basically, when it explodes, it takes out a large area of the map, and any player that's in that area gets killed, and you get credit for the kill.
Oh, nice.
And you gain points by collecting uranium, setting off dirty bombs, and getting kills.
All right.
And whoever has the most points after all the dirty bombs have been set off wins the match.
Okay.
So it is cool, but it took me a couple of rounds to finally get what the game flow was.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it, and I look forward to it once Cold War comes out November 13th.
Cool.
All right.
Was there any yellow cake?
There was
In
no
any of the
don't
crates?
drop
Don't-
that shit.
don't-
Don't drop that. Yellow cake.
The other game I was playing that I'm a little less sold on, and that's coming from a Kingdom Hearts fan, is Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory.
What?
What system is this?
I played it on the Switch, but it will be on all current gen systems.
Okay.
So the Switch, the PS4, and the Xbox One.
I'm assuming you can either hit the screen or use the
No, it was buttons.
buttons.
Yeah.
So you can't use the and get up and
No.
Okay.
They probably want you to be able to play it on the Switch Lite too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that device.
Mhm.
Okay.
So for people who don't know, Kingdom Hearts MOM, I'm going to abbreviate to. It's
Abbreviation, man.
all of them. So it's a rhythm game that takes place within the Kingdom Hearts universe. And I'm trying to think of a rhythm game that it plays sort of as, but basically 3 characters, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, are running on what looks like a basic rhythm game track.
Mhm.
And one button controls each of them. In this, for the Switch in reference, A controls Sora, L controls Donald, and R controls Goofy.
Okay.
And you press each button based on what track an enemy is coming down. But there's other buttons you can press, like you have to make Sora jump sometimes to get flying enemies, or you have to press a button to do a magic attack. And it's as confusing as it sounds.
Because I'm sitting there trying to imagine this and say I can see my Switch going across
Yeah.
the room.
It's confusing as hell. So it fits perfectly in the lore of Kingdom Hearts based on that alone.
Just from it being so
Just from it
confusing.
being confusing. So it's 3 difficulties: beginner, normal, and proud, which is what the normal high difficulty of Kingdom Hearts game is called. And proud is ridiculous for me. For me, I had a very rough time. I would not suggest it.
Okay.
But the reason I felt the need to talk about it is because Square has alluded that there's important lore that you need to play this game in order to get dealing with one of the lead characters, Kairi. I don't know if you're familiar.
Of course.
Come on, you gotta know
Hey,
Kairi.
come on.
So,
Oh yeah. I did. Even though I've
Doesn't he
never
play
played
for the
any
Nets
of the games.
So Kingdom Hearts fan base has a love-hate relationship with Kairi because they always build up. She's been the damsel in distress for the first couple of games. And now that we're in an era where it's kind of not PC to write a damsel in distress story, they've been kind of building her up as Kairi's about to do something. Kairi's about to do something important. Kairi's about to do something important. Right. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 happens and she gets kidnapped again.
That's what she's building up to get kidnapped.
So they're alluding that some important Kairi details are going to get released in Melody of Memory.
Okay.
We shall see.
We
Well, y'all shall
shall.
see. I'm not getting it.
Y'all check that shit out. I'm not.
Based on what I played, I'm good.
All right.
I'll just look it up and find out.
They should do a Gears of War dance.
Rhythm game?
Yeah,
I
mean,
They did they did the turn-based strategy and it
Yeah.
turned out well.
Whole train. Oh, hey, what kind of
Halo cooking
expert?
game.
Yeah.
That's the chef. That's what I did.
Okay.
Cool.
Our off-scene person, JB, you play anything?
I did finish NBA in the Zone 99.
Ooh.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, so Knicks won another title. So that was
that
was nice. the only place where it can happen. And I played some Smash,
Okay.
and then about to start up bottom of the ninth.
That's
Baseball.
It's just
yes,
baseball
yes.
game.
Bless
So,
your soul, trudging through all of
Dodgers get to win another title. Hopefully, at the same time, the actual Dodgers win a title.
Yeah.
That would be
Dodgers.
genius.
Do you want to tease what you're doing real quick?
Oh yeah, so I'm beating every Nintendo 64 game.
All 296
96 North
games.
American
Yep.
releases.
So
Going in
bottom-
chronological order,
Yeah, not
not alphabetical,
bad,
not
'cause he
anything
would
weird.
be
And then I'd be in the NBA, NHL, NFL zone for
Mm.
long enough that I'd probably give up.
Yeah, insane asylum. So
Yeah,
bless your soul. Check 'em
I'm
out.
only like
Dark Horse.
6 games away from Superman, I think.
Oh
like that.
man.
Yeah.
Are you even going to be able to complete?
That's
I
what I'm
think.
saying.
All right, so everyone comes in the stream and they're like, even Superman, and I'm sitting there playing NBA in the Zone 99,
And then, like,
and I'm like, there's a difference between a game that is mechanically bad,
Mhm.
like Superman, and a game that is broken, like some of these sports games with the rubber band AI and just garbage RNG and stuff like that. I will take glitching through a wall. I'll take that.
over than your center shooting whole court threes.
Yeah, that literally happened when the guy shot a full court shot.
Jack shooting
at
whole
the
court
buzzer.
threes at the buzzer. And you're like, what? He can barely tie a shoe.
But yeah, I'm getting there. I'm on game 136 out of 296. So
Okay.
halfway mark is close.
Halfway mark is close. So yeah, that's what we are playing.
Noise.
What we got? What else is next? Rundown.
The news.
The news.
Good
What's
news.
happening? We've been having a lot of news since we kind of started this. We kind of started this at the right time with the next gen consoles, and
Yeah.
it's always something happening. Some they're adding this, they're tracking back on this. The PlayStation can do this.
Sony's BS.
Because we
It's
started
Sony.
this.
John is disgusted
I'm
with
disgusted
Sony,
with
and I
Sony.
need you to understand that John is a Sony guy.
Mhm.
When John is disgusted with Sony,
Get your shit together.
get your shit together.
Well, I feel like a disappointed parent.
You're making our Mr.
When it comes to
Oh No
Sony.
upset.
He's not mad.
Just disappointed.
Let's close the news with the PlayStation stuff because it ties in perfectly
Right.
with the main event, right?
So make it happen. What
Let's talk about, since it's fresh in our minds, let's talk about the Call of Duty Halloween event.
Call of Duty, Call
John,
of
take it away.
Duty.
yes, yes. So, I was excited about it when I heard it. It dropped yesterday on the 20th. Haven't had a chance to play, but I've been watching videos, reading up on it. Even had a couple friends text me like, "Have you been playing yet?" I'm like, "No." But it seems like they went all out with this one. Like this isn't just some holiday event where everybody has a running around with a pumpkin on their head and
The
spiders. I mean
pumpkins on the ground.
they put some thought in and they put some sweat and tears into this Halloween event. So basically, the base game for Warzone. So normally when you die, you get sent to the gulag. Well, not this time around. Not for the event. For the event, when you die, you turn into a zombie.
I've seen that.
Right? So everybody that dies, they're on the map and they're a zombie and they're chasing everybody. You can be revived. So what happens is when you kill someone that's not a zombie, they drop a syringe. If you collect 2 syringes, then you come back to life.
Oh.
Right? So basically, it's the last man standing.
Okay.
Apex did something similar like that. There was no coming back. It was just that everyone on the map, once they die, they turn to zombies. And then everybody, it's like you got 1,000 zombies behind you. It's like 2 people. You had to run for the ship to escape. That was a lot of fun. I almost won once. I was jumping on the thing, and then somebody snatched me down.
Damn.
But so Warzone is going to play similar to that. They do have they did add some skins. They have a Leatherface skin. Jigsaw from the Saw movies has a skin as well. They added some new, so they have specific loot boxes for the holiday event as well too. So you don't have to buy a battle pass to get those loot boxes. I don't think. I gotta double check.
No, you don't.
You don't.
So the cool thing about that's the one thing I understand. So you play the game and there's a list of loot boxes. They tell you the location of the loot boxes, which creates that interesting dynamic because everybody knows where those loot boxes are. So now and it's like a checklist, and I guess you get some sort of reward if you find them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like I was reading on Call of Duty website, they added a lot of stuff this time. They even added 2 new game modes as well too.
How much of an incentive when these gaming developers do these events? Do you think it's a good incentive for people to like, oh, let me hop on and check this out? Do you think people?
That's what kept me playing Apex last year. I started playing around the time of their Halloween event. And it was actually pretty good. Like some of the stuff that you could earn without having to buy a pass. It's pretty good.
Cool.
The stuff you wanted, you had to buy a pass because it's
absolutely right.
Stuff
I'm sure
was dope.
I mean, even with Call of Duty, like the premium skins are like 1,200 gold coin.
Yeah,
which is pretty rough, right? You got to either win a lot, or
I always suggest people like, and I always knew this, but I never actually did it. So you could just go ahead and buy a season pass and then play shipment 24/7. That way you can just earn XP exponentially. Somebody brought it to my attention. I was like, I told him like the last 2 season passes I hadn't finished. And they were like, why don't you just go to shipment? And I was like, duh. Duh. But yeah. But I'm gonna check it out tonight.
Cool.
Yeah. It's very intriguing to me. I like to see how battle royales deal with death differently. Like it really intrigued me with Hyperscape, even though this is really to me the only interesting thing Hyperscape has done. Whereas you die and you're still sort of in the match. You're not just spectating. So the turning into a zombie thing, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Like
it kicks up the intensity like
yes,
1,000%.
Absolutely.
To know that you just killed someone and that person that you just killed is about to get up and start chasing you again.
In Xbox news, guess what, guys?
What?
We are about to get a 4K Halo at launch. They made good on their promise.
Wow.
Unlike somebody I know.
Sort of. The Halo, the Master Chief Collection, is going to get a smart delivery version that will have 4K 120 frames per second. So Halos 1 through 4, I think. No. 4. I'm sorry. 4 is not in the Master Chief Collection. 1 through 3, ODST, and Breach.
Why not 4? Did 4 suck?
I don't know if 4 is on the Master Chief Collection.
Breach.
What did I say? I said Breach. Breach.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save you a redaction.
Yeah, thank you. I'm about to say.
Harshishish.
It is Halo Reach.
Halos 1 through 3, ODST, and Reach.
Reaching for you.
They are all in the Master Chief Collection.
Yes.
And they are getting a 4K 120 frames per second in both their campaigns and multiplayer.
Okay. That would suck if they just did it on like one part.
Now, I mean, it's not infinite, but
Take what we can get.
You know, it's something.
It's something.
It is another sort of launch title to add to the Series X, S,
And 4K.
and 4K.
4K. Pretty
Yeah,
sure
man.
it's going to be like 200 gigabytes.
I think
Did you see Fortnite just did an update and made the game 60 gigabytes smaller on PC? Yeah.
What did they clean up?
I
right.
don't know.
They must have cleaned up the code.
The whole
Yeah, I'm about to say the compression.
the whole
Yeah.
beta. Like, oh, forgot to delete the beta. But yeah, that's a
Mhm.
quick little
Oh
thing
yeah,
I read.
I forgot the actual game.
Yeah.
I took that out.
Boom.
So cool. We're getting a 4K game for Xbox at launch.
Mhm.
All right, Microsoft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
There's
And
no way Sony doesn't have a 4K game at launch.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean they absolutely do. I'm not saying that. Like a lot of the PS5 and Series X launch titles are 4K, minimum 60 frames a second.
Mhm.
But it is another game getting that next gen upgrade.
That polish, that next
Mhm.
gen.
Yeah.
Polish.
Sticking with Xbox, one of the heads of Xbox in a interview finally said some concrete distinction on the Bethesda acquisition
Yes.
Okay.
and said that through the contract that was signed, they have no obligation to put any Bethesda game that's released in the future on any other console.
Yep.
That was his
Ooh.
wording.
Yep.
Mm.
So I'm assuming he wasn't referring to Ghostwire, which before the acquisition was a PlayStation exclusive,
Right.
Mhm.
or Deathloop, which is a timed exclusive when it comes out.
Mhm.
But anything other than that
Here on after. Yeah.
could possibly be a Series X or One
Mhm.
exclusive.
I would that statement. I would be worried about the next Elder Scrolls game
Mm-hmm.
and the next Fallout game
Mm-hmm.
for all the Fallout fans and Elder Scrolls fans
For sure, yeah,
on PS4.
yeah.
That would be my only concern.
Mhm.
I understand it's business;
Mhm.
they can do what they want, but
Right.
try not to piss everybody off.
So I'm on the fence with that. Like I get that there are a lot of people who exclusively buy Sony consoles that are going to be upset,
Mhm.
or even Nintendo consoles. Well, Microsoft has been kind of working with Nintendo, but besides the point. But look at all the exclusives that Sony has. I mean, they have been like wrecking shop on exclusives for a very long time. And now Microsoft finally gets a big boy.
Mhm.
You kind of can't be mad.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Cool.
awesome!
The
They're out there working.
audio listeners are going to enjoy that.
That hurt my ears.
Yeah, I mean, with the acquisition of Insomniac is
Yes.
who Sony finally pulled the plug on, right?
Mhm.
With Insomniac and this whole relationship they have with From Software, and it's just
Yeah.
let Microsoft have.
Yeah, let me
Bethesda.
play in the sand a little bit.
You know
let me
what I'm
in this
saying?
little exclusive sandbox over
just as
here.
long as like I said, long as Fallout and Skyrim or Elder Scrolls aren't exclusive.
Oh,
I mean, I could see them maybe doing something like keeping Fallout and letting Skyrim go.
it's no way if I am Microsoft, I'm buying Bethesda, and I'm like, Evil Within 3 is the only exclusive I want to keep. Like, no, come on.
But then again, now that I think about it though, like, cause this idea, it's not even an idea. The thought popped in my head earlier today.
Mhm.
Cause I was thinking about like with the what's Xbox, the Game Pass.
Yes.
Like you don't even have to buy Xbox for really.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
You can just buy the Game Pass
Yeah.
and play the games on your phone or
Mhm.
on your PC that you have.
I heard you
Mhm.
could play them on iPhones now, but it's a little messy. It's not
Yeah.
quite.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And it's gonna work really well because PlayStation has the PlayStation Remote
Mhm.
and the games work pretty good because you're not using your computer's graphics card. It's just a video of. So I was like, all right. So then if they do make it, if they happen to make Elder Scrolls exclusive, it's not gonna be even that big of a deal.
Absolutely right.
Because
You're
you're
right.
still gonna have
access to it.
you get the Game Pass and still have access to stuff.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, not to get off the rails. I don't think it seems to me that Microsoft is not pressed, for lack of a better term, with selling the console.
right.
Like they're totally okay if you play Halo Infinite on the PC when it comes
Mhm.
out, or whatever. I think they're really worried about pushing the game and getting people to buy into the ecosystem with Game Pass.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's where everybody's going anyway. Or most companies are going with services and stuff like that.
Well, to get to Sony, let's talk about some good stuff.
All right.
First, we're a little late on this because they revealed it like literally the day after we shot last week's episode. But the PlayStation UI, Sony finally officially gave us a tour of what the new PlayStation 5 UI is going to look like, and it looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good. Is it gonna load quick?
I mean, it looked. They were during the video demo. They were running it while Sackboy Adventure was running in the background, so it was moving pretty fast, and it looks way more. So my problem with the PlayStation 4's UI, there's a lot of problems.
There's a lot of problems.
But my main problem is there's a lot of information on the home screen that you don't need.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care about the game description on the bottom or that gigantic toolbar on the top. And, so this one looks way cleaner, right? To describe a couple of features, they called each game and each moment is going to create what's called cards. And there's going to be a card for your most recent game capture. There's going to be a card for your most recent ran games. There's going to be a card for your most recent friends that you've communicated with. So it's supposed to be, you're supposed to spend as little time on the menu as possible.
Right.
And it looks like that's what the goal is. And also there's they're taking advantage of their RAM, it looks like, with how much stuff can be ran at the same time. The feature that I thought was pretty cool was, you know how you can ask to watch somebody's gameplay on the PlayStation? So you can now do that and have that video stream run while you're still playing the game. So you can picture-in-picture somebody's gameplay while you're still in your game.
Okay.
Nice.
Which is pretty dope.
It is cool.
I can see a lot of I get a lot of use out of that, especially with webcams.
Absolutely. Oh,
I'm just saying, I want to see
some content.
Yeah.
Got you. Let's go.
Another cool thing they showed off is up to it's developer to developer, game by game basis. But if you're on a part of the level where you need help, right, or you're looking for something you can't find, the developer can embed basically a video walkthrough of what you're trying to look for within the game itself.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can picture that video while you're still in the game.
Okay.
Or while you're in the game, you can hop on YouTube as well.
I think you can do that too. I think. So.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. And through the demo, it didn't chug.
Okay.
At least that I noticed. So I'm impressed.
All right.
Good job, Sony.
Good job, Sony.
Did something right.
Little redemption for yourself over here. Mr. Oh no side.
Don't celebrate too soon.
Put those party favors away.
I know where we're going. with this.
So we briefly talked about it last week with patch 8.0, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what we focused on was the fact that 8.0 was bricking some people's a small minority,
right? Very
but
small.
It was bricking people's consoles. We didn't even talk about, because last week I said I was trying to pull up the patch notes and I couldn't get them. So apparently one big patch note that a lot of people notice is 8.0 makes it possible for Sony to record party chat.
Yes.
Oof.
And the reason for that.
Right, exactly.
But they did a bad job of
saying why.
Saying why.
Yeah. And so the purpose of Sony being able to record party chat is if some malfeasance is happening in the party chat that somebody wants to report, they can say the time code in which it happened, and Sony can listen in and be like, okay,
he said
this guy's obviously a raging racist or something like that.
Right.
But Sony dropped the ball as far as letting people know ahead of time what that was. And they released in a tweet, they said that they are, quote unquote, looking into the negative feedback of patch 8.0.
They can say they're going to look at it.
We
looked at it.
Yeah.
All right. There it is.
Yeah, it works. It works.
So
talk away.
and I guess we'll get into like our personal feelings and stuff like that. But just to focus on the story itself, what could they have done to avoid that backlash, if any? Like, could they have done anything? Should they have even done?
I think they were going to get. I feel they were probably going to get backlash anyway.
Mhm.
But it would have been to the effect of, instead of people like that patch note had everybody questioning like what the hell's going on.
Mhm.
If they had just said come out earlier like, hey, we have this plan where we're going to be able to record your chats and be able to, if you want to report something, then you can. Here's how this works.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do that. They basically remained silent until someone spoke up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way.
Oops.
I mean, it's just like when you call like a business or something and they have a pre-recorded message like, hey, you're calling,
Mm-hmm.
we're recording, so like if you don't want to be recorded, hang up.
Mm-hmm.
You have an option. Sony didn't give us an option. They didn't give us that, that heads
opt in,
up.
opt out. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll get into how we feel about that personally, and the background story of privacy in video games in a little bit after a. I caught it this time. What happened? My eyes were closed.
This is the same guys complaining about audio peaking, yelling on the mic.
Well, that's got to happen. I can't compromise.
I don't have a compression knob here. I can't.
Did it drop?
Oh, dude, that's no chance.
Uh-oh.
Well, for the audio listeners,
We just yelled ad break.
yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's an ad break.
It's an ad break.
Like I said last week and every week, we want to avoid the official MAP technology podcast of falling under the rule of your corporate overlords.
Right.
That's
down
why-
with the system.
For
Yeah.
the time being.
Until we get that big.
Still is a good deal.
Yeah. We are men and women of the people.
Yeah.
We want you guys to be our bosses. And as the responsibility of a boss, you have to pay us. So check out our Patreon, patreon.com/MAP
Yep.
For the low cost of $3 a month, you can get exclusive live streams, exclusive content, backstage access, and possibly shout it out on the podcast.
Absolutely. Make sure you help us out. Help us help you.
Absolutely.
Let me get about $3.
Tree 50.
You're not responsible.
Again, patreon.com/MAP games.
Yeah.
man.
So,
Mm.
what's next?
Privacy.
Yes.
What?
There is none.
So specifically in the video game community, especially now with everybody's big fear of Big Brother listening in on you and NSA agents and stuff like that, there are a lot of people who are concerned about privacy.
Right.
And the people who are concerned about privacy and the video game community, there is a large overlap in that.
Mm.
So especially since, everything going on with Sony and patch 8.0, I thought that was a good topic we could get into,
Yes.
right? So let's start off with the big question. Are we willing to compromise our privacy for advancements in video game technology?
Do we actually have a choice?
I don't
That's a good
know.
question.
I don't think-
I think to answer that, yes, we do have a choice.
Mhm.
We're just too lazy to exercise that choice.
I think that's a good point.
Probably so.
We are lazy.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm glad you no.
My sugar-free Red Bull.
Why'd you
My-
say it like that, though?
My sugar-free energy drink that will remain unnamed.
Redaction.
Why'd you say
Bleep that out.
Yeah. JB's first redaction.
But
Why'd you say it so tenderly, though? No.
He had his heart set on
Because
it.
He didn't want the audio to peak.
Yeah, okay.
precious to me. But I'm glad we went straight to that point. So a lot of people complain about technological advancements outside of video games, like
Your phone.
phones and voice assistants with Siri and
Mhm.
Alexa and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Nobody wants a live mic, but the convenience that the live mics offer
comes with that. Comes with it. It's almost a
Exactly.
trade-off.
Mhm.
So, what is it worth it in the video game community? Like, let's talk about specific tech in the video game world that has compromised our privacy.
Whoa, I can think of one already.
Yeah, what?
That thing that Xbox had. What was it?
Oh boy, that camera that will
camera?
remain
The
unnamed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
So, for those that aren't privy, the Kinect was an experimental peripheral
Mhm.
that started with the 360 and then it ventured over to the beginning couple of years of the Xbox One.
Right.
It was supposed to be this large leap in video game controlling where the saying was you wouldn't need a controller.
Right.
It would just track your body, but we didn't know how well it tracked your body and the audio in the room. Like this thing could sense your heart rate, I think,
Something.
and
Yeah.
temperature
And
and
the
like
expressions on your face.
Yeah,
And it was
Yeah.
didn't someone figure out that
Yeah.
it was always on?
Yeah.
When you turned it on,
Uh-huh.
or something like that.
so with the Xbox One version of Kinect, that was the thing. And that's, I think, that announcement was what caused Xbox to lose the console war this generation, was that the Xbox One used to have to always be connected to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It had to have the Kinect plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to always be in standby.
Right.
Which, woof.
which is crazy because that was a problem then, but like most of our technology does that now.
Exactly.
Yes.
They were just ahead
Like
of
if they
the
came
game.
out with the Kinect right now, no one would care.
I mean, outside of the games being shit.
Dude, Harry Potter Connect.
Star Wars Dance Dance Revolution, please. But yeah, that was just woof. That was such a bad call.
Yeah.
It was at the time, like you said. If
At
they
the
had done it
time.
now, it would just be along
it'd be
with every other
commonplace.
device
Mhm.
that you
Right,
have
right,
already. Yeah.
And I mean, they weren't the only ones. PlayStation with the PlayStation 3, they introduced the PlayStation Eye,
Mm-hmm.
which has now been replaced with the PlayStation 4's camera, which will be replaced with the PlayStation 5's HD camera. What the hell is the difference? I mean, outside of the technology that the Kinect was trying to push.
Right. Oh well, it was. I think as far as like Connect, the difference was that they were being sneaky with it.
Mm-hmm.
They like, oh no, we're not doing that. And oh yeah, you are. I can prove it. Hey, oh, caught us with a pass down. You know, like I think that was the difference. They were being sneaky.
So you think it's a little more
They were being dishonest.
right? It's palatable when you kind of just come out and say,
Mhm.
"Hey, this is what we're doing."
Because right, I know, and now I know what precautions I need to take. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this thing's always on. Let me unplug it. Let me turn the power off.
Mm-hmm.
I have that option. I have that power now.
Mm.
Then it was kind of like, you know, Big Brother is in the room,
Mm.
but we're just not going to tell you.
Mhm.
So, okay. So we've talked about the Kinect. We've talked about the PlayStation Eye. We've talked about basically the obvious parts of privacy that we're worried about, the visuals and the audio in the room, right? What about our information?
Mhm.
Specifically with, I bring that up because Oculus, which is owned by Facebook,
Mhm.
Facebook recently revealed that soon you will have to pair your Facebook account with your Oculus device.
Right.
At this point, I have a Facebook account.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what information they get at that point. I've already given them enough.
Yeah.
Like, why would I make a big deal about it now?
So
Yeah.
you have no problem. So I get that we all have Facebook accounts for the
Mhm.
most part, and the information is out there.
Mhm.
But
It's for me. It's what information are they getting that they can't or someone can't get
Mhm.
outside of Facebook?
Mhm.
The information that they get, like the information that Facebook gets, I know several different ways
Mhm.
because of the work that I do. I know several different ways to get that information.
Right.
Sure.
So the information's out there.
Mhm.
I don't care if Facebook got it. It's just easy for them because I'm giving them all in one place.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So for me personally, I don't care. As long as it's not my social security number, I'm good. And my bank account number, I'm good.
Which they probably already have anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I gave it to them.
Yeah,
But the
no.
thing is, I gave it to them. It
Right.
wasn't like they came in and took it. I gave it to them.
So I think the issue is not that. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head where you created your Facebook page. You choose what information you want on Facebook.
Mhm.
But now I have to put it I have to pair. So now, in my instance, Charm City Champ is completely separate from Brian Blank.
Right.
So
Then we're not even doing real names here.
for the time being, I don't want to get like doxxed or anything.
I mean,
by
they got your face, so they can just use facial recognition.
I'm already getting like berated.
Thanks to Connect.
I'm already getting berated by like the Amico fan base. I want people to like find my address.
Which is funny. I want to talk to you about that. Okay, I went and I looked at that, and
Oh, it's been not
man, I
fun.
looked at that. I was like, okay, Mister, don't go back and forth with people.
It's a very aggressive fan base.
Yes,
that
yeah, they
Amico
are.
fan
They
base. But
But go ahead, back to that.
despite that, so I can choose to keep Charm City Champ and me separate. Unless you know who I am, you don't know the two. So now with the Oculus, I have to now
Pair the two.
exactly. So now like random example. So Valve, the people who make Half-Life Alyx, they can now choose to use that information to do whatever they want. Sell my identity to Doritos or whatever. You know what
Or
I'm
your email address.
saying? And
That's all they really need.
yeah, but I mean, me personally, I guess I don't. It doesn't affect me personally, but I understand
The
why
gripe,
other
yeah.
people.
Yeah,
are
totally
pissed.
understand. Yeah.
Everyone just got to make a separate Facebook account for their
True.
gamer tag.
You can do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or you can log in with your I don't know if they log in with Facebook page. Do they allow that? Not
What do you
not a fan page.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I know Facebook is like starting to allow you to do a lot more stuff with the fan page.
Right.
Like the fan page use it more like a personal page.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't personally own Oculus, so I
Oh.
can't answer that.
Okay.
But that's intriguing. Yeah.
Yeah. I just once you start getting online, you're just subject to relinquishing most of this information. It's just, and I, like you said, I get it, like the resistance, but it's just almost inevitable. Like, I mean, your phone is always on. I think iPhones admit it. Like sometimes when you're scrolling through they'll like turn it on to see like your reactions to stuff. I mean, it's just a part of technology. Yeah, I mean, this is the time and age that we're in, so it's just inevitable that you're relinquishing some sort of information by getting online and putting your information and stuff. So
And I just want people to know that deleting your Facebook page does nothing.
Oh well, yeah.
Because I have to remind people constantly. They're like, they don't like, this invasion of privacy and things like that. But I have to remind people, Facebook and other social media platforms are free because they use our information, they sell it.
right.
So if you don't want them to have our information, then you better get ready for them to start charging you to log into Snapchat.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we are. I can't remember where the quote came from, but on social media, we are the product.
Yes.
Like with business, you have to be selling something,
Right.
and in the social media business, their members are the product that they're selling.
Yep.
It came from The Social Dilemma,
Oh,
the Netflix movie.
it is. Yeah, that Netflix doc.
And also too, Facebook uses a lot of other companies use Facebook technology in the background as well. So okay, yeah, go ahead and delete your Facebook page. They already got your information. They're still tracking you no matter where Facebook is still tracking you no matter where you go.
It's not even a delete; it's a deactivate.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I found that out because I had like the profile I have now is not the same that I had when I was like a teenager because I was an idiot. But I thought I deleted it, but you can totally still
Go
look
and
that
react.
page up.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Like, who is this guy? That's me. Yeah. Welcome to the digital age, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big brother's everywhere, even if you don't want him to be. Maybe I may be big brother. Maybe you might be big brother. I actually, not to go off. I read a article that a couple scientists said a 50-50 chance to burn a simulation.
I
Yeah,
seen
I
that.
read that.
50-50
Yeah.
chance.
It was cool. The explanation they had was like pretty cool.
Yeah.
They were like they're not saying that we are in a simulation, but based on a couple of rules, there's a possibility that there's a 50% chance that we are.
So all that article did was raise everybody's anxiety.
Right. Look, well, the thing was, the people whose anxiety raised, I'm pretty sure they didn't read the explanation.
Yeah, I'm sure. They just read the headline.
They just read the headline. And then, you know, conspiracy theorists, their heads exploded. Like,
and everybody wants to be Keanu Reeves, but like you're probably not Keanu Reeves.
Right.
You're probably just the dickhead at desk.
Just enjoy the simulation.
Right.
Have you seen The Matrix?
Yeah.
The real world
Exactly.
sucks.
Yeah.
Please keep me plugged in. Keep me in the juice.
but yeah, that was pretty cool. That was like
Yeah.
the explanation that they gave was like, I'm like, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, I can't argue with it.
Yeah, just welcome to the digital age.
Yeah.
I just know when you get online, you're relinquishing some information.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that kind of goes to where I want to go. So it seems like the complaining, I don't want to say complaining because people are right to be disgruntled, but it feels like the anger in this situation may be amplified more in the gaming community than it is in the general public. Do y'all think that's the case? Or
I think
maybe so because
maybe because we pay more attention to the gaming community. I think it's the same across the board. But we're in the gaming community, so that's the voices that we hear.
and maybe because it's newer to the gaming community. Like the Kinect thing was like the first big, but there's been iPhones out for 100 years. You know, not 100 years, but years before that. So, I mean, iPhone was doing that way before. So,
It's
why is it new?
not just gaming. Take a drive over to Dundalk or Rosedale and see all the private
Oh,
property,
absolutely.
no trespassing
Oh, yeah.
signs.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants their privacy.
So there has been tech, not to the scale of the Kinect, but I have it jokingly on my pad. Remember the Wii was throwing around the idea of putting a heart monitor on
Yes,
the Wii?
yes. I remember that. Yeah.
That would have been pretty. I understand it's not the same as your identity, but
I mean, it read your vitals.
that's some
I mean,
vitals.
yeah.
Yeah, that's some stuff that the public should not know about
Right,
you.
yeah. Yeah, like this.
Oh man, Charms of the Gent has diabetes.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be playing Dance Dance. You might die.
Is this HIPAA?
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense though, because I mean, even with I guess they were that would be some information that they could collect and use that information to sell to like
John Hopkins or
Yeah.
whoever. else,
whoever wants it. You know, it was an easy way because like you said, John Hopkins, they don't have to bring you in to do research. They got the guinea pig sitting at home on the Wii Fit.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Or now you start getting, more junk mail from, hey, maybe you should come get a checkup. Maybe you should, maybe your heart, maybe you should go running. Maybe like, where
But
the
think
hell is
about
that
it
coming
though.
from?
Again, this is like just like the Kinect. It was a problem then, but everybody's for it now. Because like with the Apple Watch, one of the cool features,
It's
how
a reason
features
about
on
it.
that, if your heart rate drops too low, it will automatically call 911.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying. With most of the rest of the tech world, it seems that we have become a little more forgiving, like especially with the presence of Amazon Echoes and
Alexas,
the
and all that,
Alexas and the
yeah.
HomePods and stuff like that. Like we seem to be more okay with that. Like with this specific instance with patch 8.0, people complained, and 2 days later, Sony tweeted, "All right, we're gonna look into it." Whereas Siri is always on,
right.
and Apple's like, "Get used to it, dorks."
Yeah. Yeah. I think Amazon was like, oh, it's always on, but we found that. Yeah. You haven't seen this before? But yeah, we have one.
Like-
We're like, okay.
Like through my work experience, the biggest reason for that is people don't understand the technology. Because I would go to a client and I would set up, their Echo or the Apple HomePod, and they're like, they want me to explain how it works. And one of the things I tell them is like, like when you say, Alexa, do something. The reason why Alexa responds is because that mic is always on.
Right.
It has to be on.
Yeah.
They're like, well, how do you turn it off? I'm like, you don't.
It won't work.
It won't work.
Yeah.
And when it's explained to them how it works and why it has to be on, they have a better understanding of, and they feel more comfortable using it as opposed to having this thing in their house and knowing that it does work, but not knowing how. And then when someone tells them after the fact, they're like, "What the? What?
Yeah,
I would have never bought it
Yeah.
if
I said such
Just show them that Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Now, I think with the Amazon's the device is called the Echo, right? It's not
Yes.
the Alexa. The software is Alexa.
Yeah.
It's all
So I think the onboard memory only records what, like 5 to 10 minutes, if that, right?
Yeah, but Amazon also can
Monitor.
it. They have that ability,
Mm.
and that's what came to light when that whole controversy was going down.
Yeah.
Like they do have people
That's
somewhere that sit and monitor,
Hmm.
but I think they've since cut that out.
Okay.
That's what they said. But it was a thing where 24/7 they did have people monitoring, but they were listening and looking for certain things.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just like Apple said that they do look at your photos, but they look at your photos for like pedophilia.
Yeah,
Ah.
Facebook, like
Yeah.
everybody does.
Yeah,
Everybody
you
does
know,
it.
and make sure you're not doing anything crazy. So that's why I'm looking at your photos. But again, you're relinquishing that for that. Like, I mean, that's a worthy cause.
When
but-
you upload it to their servers,
Mhm.
it's technically
right.
they tell you in terms of service. Like
Yes.
we own these pictures. We
Mhm.
can legally do what we want, but
Right.
we're not because we know we're not gonna do but so much because we know you're gonna
Right.
fucking pitch a bitch and
It's somebody's job to sit there and like go through a bunch of people's wieners.
there are companies that Facebook contracts. The people that's all people do all
Just
day.
go through people's pictures.
Yep.
That is
And when you get your stuff reported, there are people that's why people that's one of the reasons why people there's such a discrepancy on things that get reported on Facebook because it's people say, oh, Facebook did this, not Facebook.
Yeah.
It's another company or other companies that are making the decision based on the rules that Facebook set up. So-
Right.
So it's probably some guy at a call center getting paid $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read I read an article about it and they were talking about how like some of these people don't last because they end up seeing pictures of like pedophilia
Oh my God.
and actual murders and things
Yeah.
like that. And these people and the article was basically about how Facebook isn't providing support
Mhm.
like any type of like
Psychiatry.
therapy or anything like
right,
that.
right.
So these people don't last. They only stay for like 3 months and then they're
Wow.
This happened with the Mortal Kombat devs.
Yes.
I
saw
heard
that.
about
Yes. Yeah. Just so much that they were just like,
Because I think I don't want to say Ed Boon specifically, but like NetherRealm asked them to like watch real murder.
They're trying to make it as realistic as possible,
Yeah.
so they were watching real stuff.
Yeah, like Faces of Fear type shit.
yeah.
Yuck.
So hey, I have a question I want to pose to all three of you
Yeah.
on the
Yes,
topic
sir.
of privacy. What information are you concerned about getting out there about yourself? Like, what is the thing that worries you? Like me, I don't care if my health information gets out there. I don't care what people know about me. The like literal only thing I don't want out there is my social security number. But
Yeah.
even that, if people are worried, you can protect yourself by freezing your credit.
Mhm.
So like even if you have my social security number, you can't open a line of credit with it. You can't do anything with it because it's frozen right now.
So for
like-
me, it would just be probably Social Security and just kid stuff. Like I don't want anything to,
Mhm.
not that I post anything, just that, just
Mhm.
Social Security, everything. I don't care anything about. If you're that boy, you need to look that much into me. You need big help. I understand Jeff Bezos is a billionaire. If he has time to come look at me, bless your soul.
Mhm.
Yes, you need a life. So yeah, it's not too much about me that.
Yeah, I think we're both on the same page. Like me personally, and I think this is something that a lot of people should reflect on and look at the bigger picture. I don't think I am that important or interesting of a person
Mhm.
for people to spy on me. I
Right.
don't think NSA is worried about what I'm saying or the government or Big Brother because I am not doing anything special.
Yeah.
You might catch me like, I don't know, doing something stupid and weird every now and again, but like
Like
you're-
running a podcast.
my NSA
But-
agent is bored.
And literally, like I think the most exciting thing that he has is maybe our thread that we kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But I mean,
To be fair, nobody wants their internet history released.
of course, yeah.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I might have to change my
I
statement.
mean, but I'm pretty sure.
It's just it's no matter what,
Yeah,
it's
no matter
embarrassing.
what, but it's
You just don't want it out there.
Yeah, you just don't
But it's
want it
not
out
gonna
there.
like ruin your life.
I
But
wouldn't
it's
want
no-
my internet history from 10 years ago to get out. Now, last few years, all right.
But
I-
I'm pretty sure our our internet history wouldn't be as anyone. We may be looking up different stuff, but it's no more embarrassing than what
Right.
we do.
It's again, it's not some. Well, for most people, it's probably not going to ruin your life.
Right, but you just
But-
like, I did look up big black booties. You know,
Yeah.
and that's a little sucky, even though it's a common thing. But who wants that out there?
My rule is if I don't want it out there, I'm not gonna do it online.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing it online, whatever website I go to, if someone finds out about it, okay, like
But we're all going on the assumption we know that someone at some point in time is watching us. So when you go to that website, I'm on my phone that's in my name. I'm going to this website. It's going to be in my record somewhere, somehow, some way.
I'm just more like I think that my concern is what they do with the information that they have. That's my concern.
And I think for us, what they'll just do is they're just taking that, like, goes back to like, all right, well, John Michael, they went to these. Let's cater these ads toward him. Like, even though you may be going to let's just say we were going to somewhere like a website we're not supposed to. They'll just cater the ads to like, all right, you're not supposed to be going to that. All right, well,
Absolutely.
this is the ads we just gonna start sending you. So this is what you're gonna look like. This is what you like to look at.
I just want to add a side note to that. Amazon and Facebook, can you stop sending ads to stuff that I already bought? If you're going to use my information,
I bought the fleshlight thing. I got
Now you need the flashlight.
every time I log in,
Yeah.
flashlight.
Hey, I got both colors.
Like,
Stop.
we get it.
Yeah.
You have the pictures of me using it.
Ask Apple. They can look at.
I started getting Tinder ads on my Twitter. I'm like,
You
Oh.
wanna
I'm
know
like,
why?
we've been married for like 3 years.
You wanna-
Like,
you wanna know why?
Is that why?
You want to know why? Because I just signed up for Tinder.
This is like in the last week.
Yeah.
I started getting these. Like,
Singles
by
in your
association.
area.
Thank y'all.
You're welcome. Now y'all going to get Tinder.
Right. So yeah, that's mostly about it. Of course, I don't want my social security number out. Your browsing history. Even though I'm not doing anything crazy, I'm not going to any like terrorist websites. I'm not looking at anything that I'm
And then-
not supposed to be.
And if you do use VPN,
if you do use VPN,
we need a VPN sponsor.
I was about to say that. I was about to say.
Nord.
Can you hear us?
gotta go back to torrenting stuff.
So yeah, it's again, welcome to the tech age. Welcome to the new age.
Yeah.
So to tie it back all in a nice little bow and to bring it back to gaming, I thought it would be cool if we could go around and talk about. So the one thing that I think we all can admit to, we have played some games that we maybe are a little embarrassed if we find out that, like, if somebody were to find out that we were the faces behind the people playing that game. Is there anything in your backlog or anything that's on your game history that you don't want to maybe admit to, that I'm peer pressuring you into doing on YouTube
In front of everybody? Which is funny. I don't think I have anything that gaming wise, nothing. I mean, everything that if I play Club Penguin, why are you not on with me? That's what I want to know. Get on this goddamn iceberg with me. I've tried to play Roblox with my daughter. I don't get it, but I play it. Fortnite, I suck at.
Yeah, I need them to erase that from my gaming history. Fortnite.
Maybe I had nothing that I'm embarrassed to say I played. What about you guys?
I'm trying to think of something, but
Looks like Brian is the only one with a guilty conscience. Spit
Apparently.
it out, huh? Come on, Brian.
Playing
really
those,
on the
he's playing
spot
those
now.
games on Pornhub.
Yeah.
this is therapy for him. This
Oh,
is
lead
his
shoot,
release
Larry.
Watch, I never played.
Oh,
Really?
Actually,
You played Allegiance too?
no. Back in the day, those old strip poker games.
Oh
on
no!
PC.
Yeah.
I never played the strip poker.
You never heard
I know. I mean,
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
even the because the Atari, they were doing unlicensed games, and they have triple X games on
Yeah.
the Atari. Like,
Custer's Last Stand.
Yeah, like I've never played. Like
Yeah.
I've never. Like now, I need to go back and play them, like and stream it. Like this.
No, I feel a little bit embarrassed playing, and I was a kid too.
No, absolutely. I was playing them too. There was a website you could go to and just
Now I
play.
feel a little bad. Like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
man,
It was so.
You missed out.
I need to dirty my past a little bit better. Man,
Yeah, those man, I really thought the worst thing I was going to get was like, oh, I played Kirby one time. This got pretty dark.
I don't know what you were expecting.
Yeah.
Or the,
You want to jump into the
But,
I like Barbie's horse adventure. Like,
which I played, and I'm not embarrassed. I one of them emulators. I sucked at that too.
yeah, so a Leisure Suit Larry came out on the Xbox 360 that I played to completion. And
but in more ways than one.
something complete. Something made it to the end.
Brian, this joystick all sticky. I'm sorry, let me wipe it.
So the only reason, I was working for a video game rental place. We can say it because they're out of business, Blockbuster. I was working there at the time, and as an employee, you can rent games for free. And I was like, "It's free. We got a copy."
Let me check it out.
I gotta remember this. This is gonna be a scene.
I got some right hand dexterity that could.
But I mean, I'm assuming those games can't be too bad. Like,
No, there's really like if you are physically attracted to anything that's 3D modeled in Leisure Suit Larry, I think. All right, no, I remember now. It's called Leisure Suit Larry Magna Cum Laude.
Loudly?
Magnum Cum Laude.
Yep. Yeah.
And yeah, it was the art style. If you were physically attracted to anything in that game, like you really need to seek help.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. And that's what I was wondering, how they spelled the.
It is the way you would think it
I've
is.
seen this. I think I might have. So there's an uncut version.
I don't know if I had. Well, it was in Blockbuster, so I would assume it wasn't the uncut
Right,
version.
because the uncut version evidently seems to be PC.
Probably was only because you can't put AO games on the Xbox.
I see. So there are games on here that had. I see.
Yeah, I think the worst thing that happened in the Xbox version was you seen boob.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the PC version is probably
Absolutely.
full.
It was don't play it because it was a shit game. But that I embarrassingly put how many hours it took to beat it.
It actually came out on PlayStation 2 as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you remember Protagonist, right?
Yeah.
So the protagonist is a friend of ours. He won like thousands of dollars in a porn video game competition.
Really?
Excuse me.
What?
Yeah. I don't remember which game it was,
again?
but it was just one of those, one of those random porn games that had like a tournament,
And he
won.
Okay.
We all were like, "Wait, how do we get into this?"
Why didn't you notify us? Right. That's what. Why am I feeling left out of this stuff?
I think the only porn game that I can think of that takes real skill is BMXXX. You remember that?
What?
I don't.
You don't remember that?
No.
I think I want to say it used the Tony Hawk Pro Skater engine, and it was just bikers, but like some of them were like nude
naked.
women, and
okay.
it was dumb. It definitely was dumb. But
You won't last
But I
5
beat it.
minutes.
Right. Yeah.
you see it,
Yes.
it's ridiculous.
I remember this cover.
Yeah, BMX Triple X. I think is how it's pronounced.
Yes. BMX Triple X.
Yeah,
But again, this game doesn't look to be like. It's just like you said, just nude
boobs.
People. Yeah, just boobs.
so
And maybe like sexual innuendos. There's no, because they want to put it on.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure Sony and Microsoft don't allow AO games to be put on their system.
All right.
But
That's
yeah,
not that bad. Yes.
there I go. But I don't feel bad. I'm glad we had this talk.
I'm actually.
Oh wait, it's been lifted.
The whole world knows now.
I actually feel bad that I missed out on a bunch of these games. I'm gonna have to go back and check some of these.
I'm pretty
out.
sure. What is the gaming archive? I'm pretty sure they got strip poker on there.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that the one where like she's like standing like this?
It's
and
a
you
bunch
went,
of
and then
them,
like
dude.
the glove
And
come
the
off.
changes,
Yeah. Okay. All right. I have seen.
I couldn't beat the last one.
Yeah.
She cheated.
Damn it.
I'd get her down to like just the shirt off.
Yeah.
The easy one, she was.
Yeah.
You just beat her with a pair every time. She's like, "Oh, I lost again."
Oh, I can't believe I lost.
We're never gonna be able to run ads on this show.
Ever.
Full push
Guys
and
would be like,
everything.
okay, let me take all this stuff.
So last question, and we'll wrap it up. Can this, and we said it in the beginning a little bit, can this be stopped?
No. we are full blown in it. There's no turning it back. Because in order to get the instant satisfaction and the stuff that we like, this is what we have to get up. You cannot walk into the house, say, Alexa, order, such and such from Whole Foods and get it delivered without that microphone not being on. You can't get that. And like, I don't feel like going to the market. I can just order this stuff. It will come to me. You can't get that. You can't have one thing. You can't have your cake and eat it too. We're in. We're in.
Right.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think to a certain extent, like, I hope it doesn't get too crazy. Like, we're not freaking linking neural freaking links into the back of our heads, or like, I don't know.
Oh, Elon's already done that. I mean, he's already started that.
I actually just tagged Brian in something jokingly, but you seen how Jeff Bezos had these gloves on, and it was literally working a mech, like hand, and it looked like he's going like that. And the thing is, I mean, so we're just almost like there. It's just a matter of time.
We just have to be what's the word I'm looking for? We have to be that word.
That word.
Yeah.
It'll come to you. Let's just sit in silence for a couple minutes.
Good talk.
You know what? What is too far?
Okay. I got the name of the game.
What?
It was called Tits and Tanks.
Yes. Please pull it up.
Y'all look that up while I figure out this word.
Tits and Tanks. So wait a minute. Is it like War of Tanks?
I don't know.
Oh, we have to be more diligent. The word was diligent. We have to be more diligent.
Oh my god!
He couldn't get past the D.
It was a big D.
So, did you pull up Tits and Tanks?
I did, and it is literally.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It is literally tits.
It's anime girls and tanks.
And tanks. Okay.
I want to say you won like a few grand.
That's a very uncreative game. Like,
I wouldn't expect it to look like this. I thought it would look more
yeah,
like Leisure Sularius. But
what about Hen Tank?
Yeah.
Come on, marketers, get your game up.
No, I'm pretty sure there are more games like this.
I'm pretty sure
it's just not on our radar.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not on those torrent sites anymore to get those pop-ups.
It is actually on Android now.
Okay.
What?
Uh-oh.
John's about to download that.
If John wins No Mercy, he's picking that.
Next week is going to be the What Am I Playing?
I'm going to win No Mercy. We're playing Tits and Tanks.
Comes in, right arm just huge. What's going on?
All right. So, lastly, how far is too far? What are we not willing to give up? Like I said, like you hooking some shit to my brain. I think I'm against that.
Well, I think we're not willing to give up our personal thoughts, even though I've read a few things before, like scientists are like almost there when they like hook stuff up to your brain. But of course, I don't think we're ready to relinquish our inner thoughts. Like you're sitting there in your own room and you're just like, I can't stand none of these motherfuckers. And somebody's cross like, I heard that, I know what you're thinking. Like that's a bit too much.
I think too far is when we aren't able to say no anymore. Or stop. Like when we lose our voice and we're not able to have some control over what's going on, and that's when it's gone too far.
So like if we're like Clockwork Oranged, like eyes open,
Robot Chicken, like no, I don't know. Yeah, that's too far for me.
I don't know. So it's hard for me to compute that because it's hard for me to think what the next step is. Like I feel like we are already giving up so much. What could be the next evasive thing that we get asked to do?
Our inner thoughts. And like John said, like, when do we say stop? When's the next thing? Like, oh, be one with this device, like hook it up to you personally. And now you're just almost like a cyborg type of thing. And this thing is
the improvements of VR.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's.
Right.
Yeah. Like augmented reality. We're just seeing the game.
Yep. Another Black Mirror episode.
Woof.
Watch that whole first and second season.
Third one's good too. It's got some good ones.
Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't checked the third one.
Don't watch the fourth one.
There's a fourth.
Yeah, the fourth one was real hit or miss.
Mostly.
Things.
I think it's real miss.
More miss than hit.
The only memorable episode of that was the first one with the what was the name?
I mean,
of the game?
it's memorable, but it's not good.
Yeah,
Oh, I know what you're talking
yeah, that was okay.
Fighting something, I don't know.
For another time, Striking Vipers.
Striking.
Striking Vipers, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the show. I
That
hope
is
we
the
didn't
show.
depress you.
Yeah. Or I hope we opened your third eye, my brother.
Stay woke.
Man, take him. The government is my big brother. All that Obama, the snake, is all that reptilians and all that.
Open the eye. The third
Open the
one.
eye. And when your eye opens, make sure it goes to us on Facebook, Instagram. Oh, you like that segue? Yeah, that was good.
Somebody's getting better at this.
That did way more than any magna cum laude.
Yeah.
For me.
Absolutely. But like I said, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MAP Game Tech, YouTube, MAP Technologies. Stick around, or I'm not sure. The announcement.
Are we gonna do the announcement?
It will have
this week?
aired by the
Yeah,
time
so-
this airs.
The announcement would have aired. Check us out on new spot coming soon. All the awesome stuff that we're going to bring you. And yeah. Thank you guys for joining us for another exciting podcast.
Tune in next week. Special Halloween episode.
Yes. We are going to dress up as horribly as possible, and you guys should be able to tell who we are. So
You know who I am.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have. I've already started my costume. It's bad.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Just come in with nothing on. Hey guys, get that moving.
Get off my shoulder.
I'm gonna dress up as Mike.
Yes.
Good old blackface. The 35% of me is already. 35% of me is ready for it.
Oh my God.
There go my dreams of running for
Right.
office.
Horrible Jamaican accent. Hey man, like I don't talk like that. Oh, welcome to the podcast, man. Like, I'm not Jamaican. GB. Stop. Man. Peace. Y'all be good.
Tits and tanks.